Yo, what's up? This is your boy Yatta. Thank you for coming in here, hanging in with me for another video of Yatta Vibes, where we talk about music, albums, vinyl, classics, and and if you haven't heard of this album or the song that I'm talking about, go check it out. I think everything that I present on here is hot, it's dope, and I think you'll love it. Alright, with that being said, this is 1979. This is where we are today, 1979. Now, if you want a newspaper in 1979, you're going to pay 20 cents. 20 cents. If you need a refrigerator, and particularly a Whirlpool refrigerator, you're going to pay about $480 for that. $480, 1979. Now, if you are if you are a bank teller, you work at the bank, you're probably making like $130 a week. Yep, $130. A chemist in 1979 was making around $20,000 a year. Yep. If you were a U.S. citizen, Jimmy Carter was your president. Jimmy Carter. Oh, and if you were born in the late 70s and you know, raised in the 80s, and your mama took you to, or your daddy took you to McDonald's and got you that Happy Meal, yeah, that came out in 1979 too. All my old music heads that had that Sony Walkman, 1979, the Sony Walkman comes out. Yep. Hip hop, hip to the hip hop, you don't stop. Sugar Hill Gang dropped Rapper's Delight in 1979. 15-minute joint. 15 minutes they was rocking. That song is a classic, yo. That came out in 1979 too. Last but not least, let me see. There's something I'm missing. Something. Got it. We watch sports. September 7th, 1979, ESPN launches. Yep, 1979. So 1979 was a lot of jump offs for a lot of companies and things that we know. Some still here, some not. But 1979 was definitely a dope year as far as this artist is concerned that I'm about to talk about. I'm talking about, well, I tell you what, when he dropped this album, he wasn't even known as the King of Pop. You should know who I'm talking about now. But MJ, that's what I'm talking about, Michael Jackson, drops Off the Wall. August the 10th, 1979. Off the Wall album drops. And it's a classic, it's dope. Personally, it's my favorite album. I know Thriller, I get it, I understand. Thriller is the album of all albums, I get it. I think it's still the best-selling album of all time. I think Thriller is. And Thriller raised the bar for everybody. I think Thriller is this example of, like, let me give you an example. Let's say people will say Usher's Confession album is his Thriller, right? Right? That's what they would say, because they saying that Usher's Confession album is probably his best and most popular album. However, I think MJ's Off the Wall album is his best. Personally, that's my opinion. This album, it's so soulful. I think it's more soulful than the Thriller album. And I'm not here to compare the two, but I'm just here to highlight this album. It won an American Music Award for Best Soul R&B song. What is it? Best Soul R&B album. I'm sorry. It won a Grammy as well for Best Soul R&B Vocal Performance for Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. MJ was in his bag on this album. This is what it looks like from the back. The album is fire, yo. Like, this is what I consider to be a what I call a lip album. Let It Play, LIP. Let It Play You let this joint breathe right here, because once you push play, it just rocks. First song on here, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Second song on here, Rock With You. Right? So you play it, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Rock With You. What else? What comes out? Working Day and Night. You just let this joint right here, you just let this album breathe. It's a vibe by itself. It's dope. This album is, to me, like vintage Mike, for real. This is his first solo album that had 4 top 10 hits. So this wasn't his first solo album, but this is his first one that really blew for him. Okay, so this album right here, it wasn't hard to find. This vinyl was not hard to find at all, but it's definitely a jewel to have. If you collect vinyl, you should go cop this joint. You don't have to. You can definitely still go to the stream services and iTunes, all of them out there. You know what I'm talking about. I can't even think right now, but download this album. If you have not heard this album in its entirety, you should check it out. It's a dope album. It's full of soul. It's flavor. It's just a vibe, yo. I use some of these songs off this album for my spin class that I teach, and it's a dope vibe. So check it out. Again, like my opinions is obviously they're not facts, they're my opinions, but I think that just trust me on this one. Check this album out. I think it's the dopest one he ever had. Alright, yo, thanks for rocking with me. Y'all have a good one. Peace.